Hey everybody, welcome to Hear Us Out. I'm Patrick, and I'm going to talk to you about why all movie fans, TV fans, people who just love even YouTube stuff should find a way to get themselves either as part of or just as an observer to the production of visual content, audio visual content, be it a movie, be it a TV show, or even if all you can do is get to see how somebody makes a YouTube video, that's also cool. Some people say they don't want to know how the sausage is made, or they say the magic will be gone if I know how the magic trick is done. I'm here to tell you I don't agree with that. And the reason I don't agree that knowing, and sorry for anybody who doesn't use that phrase, how the sausage is made, that's maybe quite Irish of me. But yeah, knowing how the magic happens does not take the magic away when it comes to movies, TV, etc. I've been lucky enough to be just on set or being around set or being part of production for things, small things and slightly bigger things, from commercial to YouTube to just, being talent, being an extra, all that kind of stuff. Holding a light. I have been the person just standing there acting as a big C stand. It's nice. Now I'm into all the nerdy, gear, into the writing, into the production, into how it's all done. That's one of my interests. But the reason I think it'd be a big benefit for everybody else is because your mind and eyes are open so much that it might actually stop you being so critical so fast sometimes, which can be a good thing because it increases your enjoyment. Time. Time is the number one thing that everybody sees. The minute they go to a set, let's say, and act as an extra or, the aforementioned stand there holding a light, or even just as an observer, first thing everybody notices is time. Everything takes so much more time than most regular people think. I know how much time it takes, and every time I'm still astonished as to how much time everything takes. The sand is running through the hourglass non-stop. Everything you do, you're losing daylight, you're losing time with one of the actors, you're losing time to get on and do more things. The number of people who are running around in any production, and I've been around, the one person band, the one man band, the one woman band type things, where everybody, the director, the star, the writer, the sound person, are all the same person. Even then, just getting a few people helping, it's amazing how much collaboration is needed, how much clear communication is needed, and how much better the outcome is when you have one of two things or both of these: a lot of preparation that was done by very clever people, or a lot of very clever people who can work extremely quickly and very efficiently on their feet. If you can have both of those things, your quality of output's probably going to be quite high. So get yourself out there to be an extra, let's say. Then you'll get to find out how many times just doing the same thing over and over again. And you're not an actor trying to deliver lines. Doing it, take one. No, take two because the light wasn't right. Take three because we want to readjust the light. Okay, we've got the lighting right. Take four. No, we've got a sound problem. Take five. Somebody somewhere has messed up. Take six. Actually, that was fine. No, we've realized we want to change how we do this a little bit. Take seven. Now that we were going to make this change, we've realized we want to change something else. But actually, we're just not going to move on and shoot it as we thought. And then you're into take 8, take 9, take 10. And as an extra just standing there sipping a glass of water, you're going to learn very quickly how to not sip water and actually intake water. Because by take 12, where nobody's really messed up, you're going to think, oh my gosh, I'm going to drink 15 gallons of water today. But you're going to get an appreciation for how some little things make some big differences. And if you're lucky enough to be part of something that goes all the way to editing point and be involved in editing, you're going to know why so many people want to have so much coverage. And by coverage, I mean they'll want to have multiple takes, maybe multiple angles of a take to give themselves option in the edit, sometimes multiple readings or multiple complete takes of a line, as in completely different dialogue to see if something works, especially in more improvised scenarios. It's very, very hard to fix something in the edit just by editing magic if nothing usable was caught on the day when everybody was on location. Now, yes, I know AI has changed all that, but for the purpose of this discussion, I'm going to live in a world that AI doesn't exist because I was happier then and I can be happy right now. Join me. But yeah, so how could you go and experience all this stuff and start seeing the importance of a good sound person knowing how to maneuver around and maybe have a shotgun mic on a pole, or how amazing it is when you watch somebody who knows lighting, who isn't just lighting the people, but then adding small, adding a hair light, adding some background light, adding some texture here and there. All these people working together, and usually working way more efficiently than they should even know how to on amateur productions. I've been involved in a few things where people were just messing around and they thought it was just cool to get together and make something. Those things take a long time. But the second time you hang out with those people and they try and do it, all of a sudden they're really, really focused. Jokes stop happening as much. Don't get me wrong, it's always fun to be on set and you should try and keep a good happiness to it all. But my gosh, yeah, when people have been part of something that was all just messing around, the next time you see those people, quite often they're much more serious. So, ways to get on there. You can go and observe. So if you know somebody, if you know anybody, if you know me who likes, filming and shooting sketches and things like that, you offer to help. Can I stand there and hold the bounce board for light? Can I do camera? Can I help by just carrying stuff around? Can I just be around? Maybe I'll be in the background. Um, all of these things, offer your help to anybody you know who's creative, either is already doing something creative or has the ambition to do so. Other than that, you can always, there's in every part of the world, they're looking for extras. You can sign up for one of the extras sites, or you can get yourself onto boards and forums on the internet. The way I said that made me sound like 900 years old. Boards or forums on the internet. They have it on computers now too, on the World Wide Web. Get on there, offer yourself out to say, hey, look, if you can drive, be like, hey, I can drive to anywhere within this radius of where I live. If anybody's shooting something, I can even be the one to just carry some gear around for you in my car or my van. If you have a van, you'll be very popular. I can do the lunch run. I can bring, craft services doesn't always exist. I can be the one to bring the McDonald's back, or hopefully something healthier. Um, just offer your services is a great way. If you want to just go and observe, talk to film students, talk to people who are doing that and say, hey, look, can I come along the next time you're shooting? Talk to people is the way to do it. Now, how do you get involved in big Hollywood productions? That's going to be the extras route. Or if you have the time and inclination to learn a whole skill, then you don't need to hear me say any of this. And I include acting in that skill set. But yeah, find any time there's something going on, even if you're walking down a street and you see somebody shooting in an alleyway, maybe, don't be afraid to walk over and go, look, I'm really interested in how all this works. I promise I will stay quiet and you can get me to hold a sandbag if you want, but I'll just be an extra pair of hands here. Most people are looking for an extra pair of hands, and that goes quite a long way up the professionalism chain. Now, don't get me wrong, there's employment and all the rest of that kind of stuff. But anything that you're going to walk across that you've been able to get close enough to talk to somebody, you're probably going to be appreciated. Sometimes you'll just be asked, can you be a body in the back of a scene? And that is kind of cool because then you can hope that whatever it is that you're in actually sees the light of day, and then you can go, I was that shoulder. That bit, yeah, that's my shoulder. So yeah, you'll have an appreciation. Sorry, I've waffled on. I'm going to tell you why that it'll be good for you. So that's interesting and exciting, and it'll give you some perspective. But it means that then when you watch something, you may enjoy a movie the first time you watch it as the experiential event that it is, as the beautiful story that's been put together for you is. You can also then watch it a second time and start having appreciation for, where the cameras would have had to be for that to happen? Oh, I wonder, is that even the same location? Oh, you'll start asking yourself these questions and you'll find yourself getting deeper and deeper into it all. It's also when you start seeing things going, oh, that really took me out of the movie, that moment. And you'll have a new vocabulary for why you think it might have had to be that way, or why it might have just happened that way because a filmmaker wasn't prepared enough. And by that, I mean, don't start picking on them for not being prepared enough. You don't know if it was a budgetary constraint that meant they weren't prepared or couldn't do that or had to work around it. And sickness, force majeure, all sorts of things can happen to throw monkeys in the wrench or wrenches into the monkey wrenching, essentially. So yeah, you'll find a new patience and appreciation when you're watching something. You will also find yourself enjoying things more and wanting to negatively speak about them less. And I don't think criticism is bad. I think just negativity as a reaction is not good to any work of art. Because even if it's terrible, I've said some awful things on this channel and picked on people, mostly professionals though. I find you're going to have less of those knee jerk reactions of, oh, that was just crap. And you'll think, there was probably a really nice idea at the start of that. And if they had this or if they'd done that. And that way, you'll start getting into the more creative side of critique rather than the just, I hate them, they were terrible. So what do you think, folks? Do you actually think I'm crazy, or do you think it's worth all film fans to get out there and find their way, even if it's only once, onto a set, to be an extra, an observer, a coat rack, the human equivalent of a hat rack where you're just standing there holding things? Yeah, let me know if you think that's cool. If you have done that, if you work in the industry, please reach out. I'd love to hold stuff for you too. But if you've actually um, done it yourself, even to a small extent, let me know. Let me know if I'm the only one that thinks this way. All right, and on that note, you should like, subscribe, share all the YouTube stuff. Yeah, yay. But you should also come back. I've been Patrick. This has been Heroes Out. Paul's still on special assignment, but we will see you soon. Bye bye.